Morning guys, just in no more actually, it's currently 5 to 12. I have had probably the best night's sleep that I've had in years and the best long lie known to man. So I have literally got out of bed there at 11:30, which I would usually be ashamed to admit that, but today, nope, it's absolutely fine. For those of you who haven't watched my last video, then you won't actually be aware, but this vlog series is currently on board P&O Arcadia, which is one of the older ships in the P&O Cruises fleet. Now, we left Southampton yesterday and are in the process of arriving at our first port, which is why I keep looking out the window, because it's changing every second. But the itinerary initially was meant to be from Southampton to Bruges and back, so it's just a short three-nighter. But we had to change that because the weather has been... To be fair, the weather for us on the ship has felt fine, but apparently the weather going in to Bruges or Zeebrugge today was meant to be really bad from a wind point of view, which obviously causes these ships a couple of issues. So we've rerouted and we're currently heading up the river towards Rotterdam, which is I guess that's the shipping port that's local to Amsterdam. So a couple of different options for what you can do when you get in there. But I guess that brings us on to the plan for today. So I am going to now head up for breakfast slash lunch slash whatever that whatever that is going to be. Probably some form of pizza and chicken for breakfast, which is, to be fair, never a bad shout. And from there, then heading out, really. So we're due to dock about 1:30, and we're actually getting an overnight in port tonight. So the plan for me, I think, is to head into Amsterdam today for a look round, to try and enjoy the city, especially as it gets darker at night. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up and head off and try and see a couple of bits in Rotterdam. So hopefully actually tick 2 cities off here. But at the moment, I'm having, and some of you guys will definitely understand this, not that many people do, but I'm having a little bit of like travel trip anxiety today where, I don't know, I think it's because I haven't had this feeling in a really long time of getting off a cruise ship, somewhere where I don't speak the language, and figuring out where to go. Like, I know it'll be absolutely fine when I get off the ship, but there's like a really weird part of me that's like, oh, it's probably easier to just stay on board. But whenever I feel like this, I just make a promise to myself that I'll just force myself out, because if I stayed on board, I would just regret it, because I've never been to Rotterdam before, I've never been to Amsterdam before. So trip anxiety, if that even is a thing, to one side, then hopefully I'll be showing you guys a little bit of what you can do in Amsterdam if you visit for the day. So yeah, I'm gonna head upstairs for a bite to eat now, so I'll show you where we end up going. And yeah, I guess I'll update you properly when I know a little bit more of the plan for today. So I guess let's get out this room. So one of the really cool things actually about cruising into Rotterdam is that in order to get into the city, you have to cruise up the river. So what that means is that you get quite a good view of what's going on either side. The view that you're looking at here is out of my balcony, and then it's the same on the other side of the ship. So quite a narrow bit of water to be going up. Now, while that was going on, I nipped up and got, yep, breakfast slash lunch or whatever we're going to call this, with a brew before heading out to watch us docking in Rotterdam. So that's us now docked in Rotterdam. If you've never been here before on a cruise, please take a minute to appreciate these flats over here and the fact that people actually arrive on a cruise ship looking directly into other people's houses. I find that absolutely mad. But hey, weather today is pretty good. It's what, 15 degrees, and I mean, it's definitely not sunny, as you can see. It's really, really grey. But for mid-November, I can't believe how mild it is. So, I mean, I've got, what, a shirt, a t-shirt and a jacket on, and I think I'll be absolutely fine today. So I have decided trip anxiety has now subsided. I am heading off to go to the train to head into Amsterdam. So apparently it's about 20, 30 euros to get in. And the luxury of the ship being here overnight tonight is that there isn't any rush to come back. So who knows, this might end up being a late night in Amsterdam, which I'll be taking you with me, don't worry. Or it could end up coming back to the ship early, depending on what's on. So yeah, I'm also intrigued to know if Christmas will be on the go in there. In Birmingham in the UK at the moment, they're putting up the Christmas market, so it might be the same here. I think It's probably going to be slightly too early to have the market open, but let's see. But yeah, look, I need to go and get my passport because you have to do that when you dock here. So I have to go and get my passport and get ready to get off the ship. Okay, so yeah, just came down to try and get off the ship, but the gangway is particularly busy at the moment, so, well, particularly busy, it's rammed. So it's probably one of those things where it's worth noting that if you've got a protocol that stops in like the middle of the afternoon, it's worth remembering that everyone's out of bed, everyone's just wanting off the ship, so generally speaking it'll be pretty queued back and it'll be pretty busy down there. So what I've chosen to do is just come and chill out with a coffee for 10 minutes, and to be fair, up here's lovely. It's so quiet because everyone's just trying to get off. So apparently when you get onto the dock in Rotterdam, there is like the main terminal and it's got tourist information in it. So I'm not entirely sure how to get into Amsterdam, but I'm hoping that those guys will be able to help. If not, it might end up a bit of a wild goose hunt trying to find a train. But yeah, watch this space on that one. The plan when we get in there, I have no plans today. I have nothing on except to wander about, probably find a decent brewery and just sit and have a beer or two, and then get to enjoy Amsterdam at night, which will be great. So yeah, we'll probably get off the ship in the next 5 minutes and I'll show you ashore. Can we take a minute to appreciate how impressive this cruise terminal is? This is probably the best one that I've ever been to, actually. Okay, so yeah, very impressed with that. Now, I stopped and asked the guy how long it would take to get to Central Station, which is how you get into Amsterdam apparently, and he said, oh, it'll be about like a 45-minute walk, which sometimes I'd be put off that, but as I said earlier, the weather today is great, so decided this is probably a decent way to see Rotterdam today, and then yeah, I'll hopefully have my bearings for tomorrow. So hopefully it's a relatively easy flat walk. It should be, because Rotterdam's literally built on the river. But yeah, I'll be in Amsterdam maybe within the hour, or well, give me an hour and a half, but near enough. Okay, that's us now on the other side of the bridge, which you can probably see behind me over there. Now, in true me fashion, almost as soon as we've left the ship, it started to rain, which isn't ideal, and hopefully this isn't going to be a complete washout today, because that's going to be far from ideal. But where are we going? We're going over this way. Make sure I don't get hit by a bike. Train is, what, 15 minutes up here, so hopefully we should be in Amsterdam pretty soon, and hopefully the rain will go off, so just cross everything. Okay, potentially quite good odds that Amsterdam might be Christmassy. I was worried it was too early, but walking through Rotterdam, this place is decked out. So hopefully when we get off the other side of the train ride, it'll be the same in there. Okay, so if you're coming to Rotterdam, and like me, I'm going to say I want the exercise so that I'm too tight to pay for a taxi, but if you're coming up to the station, you just literally take a straight line until you get to this roundabout here with all the water on it. and then take a left, and the station is just right here. So that's probably taken, I mean, the guy said, what, 45 minutes, it's taken me half an hour. So to be fair, totally fine. It's completely flat the whole way up, so easy. But if you're coming here and you've maybe got mobility issues, I wouldn't recommend trying to come up here, just jump in a taxi. But if you can throw your trainers on and just do a bit of wandering, then it's actually a decent walk. So yeah, time to figure out how on earth trains work in Rotterdam. And yeah, hopefully see you on the other side. Okay, so actually pretty straightforward to work the train system here. I've now got my tickets, which to get into Amsterdam and back from here, it's cost €33.80, which really isn't that bad. And then you pay an extra €2.70 to basically get a faster train, so it's like a premium that you pay to get a train that's like 20 minutes quicker. But when you're only here for a day on a cruise, it's well, I think anyway, it's definitely worth it, especially if there's only one of you. Maybe different if you're a whole family. But yeah, I've got 20 minutes to get to track 12. I've been reliably informed, so yeah, here goes nothing. Okay, we just got off the train, that blue and yellow one, and now in Amsterdam. So currently heading into the station, which is the usual about 10-mile walk to get to the end of the platform. And from there, I'm going to check out the canals. I'm absolutely gasping for a coffee, so I need to find a coffee shop somewhere, probably just to sit in for half an hour. And yeah, see what Amsterdam has got to offer over the next couple of hours. And lo and behold, it was Christmas absolutely everywhere. So all the streets were absolutely decked out in lights, which is brilliant, and it's my favourite time of year to go and visit a new city. So look, let me show you around, and we'll stop for a minute and grab a brew. So there was me thinking it might have been too early for Christmas, but safe to say, Amsterdam is ready, and I definitely was a bit, thought it might be a bit early and a bit weird, but do you know what? I am absolutely here for it. Okay, so I've decided to just try and get out the rain for a bit and just grab a coffee at this really nice little hotel actually just on the main street. So from here it's getting dark now, so it's going to probably be night time by the time I leave here. But I'm gonna go and check out, well, the canals. I haven't really found like picture perfect Amsterdam yet, so that must be hiding down a back street somewhere. And then also been told to check out the red light district while here. So Not entirely sure what to expect from that really, but yeah, I don't actually think I can take you guys there with me. I don't think you're allowed like phones or cameras or anything. But I will let you know. I will let you know how it is, and I will show you what I can. But for now, cheers. So the streets I've just found are exactly what I would expect Amsterdam to look like. I'll upload a clip to show you basically what the street's like that we're walking down at the moment, but it basically just looks like Amsterdam on a postcard. It is a shame that like you can only see this at night if you dock on a ship at this time of day, because by the time tomorrow, you know, we have to be back on at lunchtime, so it's not really worth the faff, to be honest, of coming back in tomorrow morning. But yeah, this would be beautiful during the day. But that said, if you arrive on a ship in the morning and leave in the afternoon, you also wouldn't get to see it at night, so it's probably a bit of a catch-22 really. But I'm hoping that as we head over the canals a little bit further, there'll be a bit of life on them, because there's not a single boat. So yeah, maybe we'll find something as we go further over. Right, how more people aren't killed in Amsterdam on these blooming bicycles I will never understand. Not by riding at one and getting hit by a car, but simply by being a pedestrian trying to just go about your daily life. They're literally everywhere, and the minute you cross a road, well, they're silent for a start, but then you think you're over the road, and then you're in a blooming cycle lane. There are so many of them to the point when you can't even get over some of the roads. And it's the fact they don't make any noise, so my nerves are now shot, which means it's time for a beer. The weirdest thing about Amsterdam, and I feel like I'm speaking quietly because I'm very aware of it, but I think if you came here on a cruise in the middle of summer, or just if you visited here in summer, the place would be rammed. But right now, I mean, this is November, and look at how quiet it is. It is so strange, where the minute you come off the sort of main canal street, it just goes like this. And like, even like the bars and restaurants are shut. So very weird. I mean, it is a Monday night, so you wouldn't expect it to be really busy, but I wouldn't have expected it to be this quiet. But yeah, I think we'll get back to the main street where there is actually a bit of life. Okay, naturally dinner tonight wasn't even an option. Went by this place earlier that said apparently they're the best chips in Holland, and if there's one thing I'm an absolute sucker for, it is a chip. So you can take my word for it, these are definitely worth it, and it's actually quite nice to have a bit of a break from like really rich cruise ship food. Granted, not the healthiest, but we're on holiday. So yeah, the last thing for me to do before heading on the train back to Rotterdam is to check out the red light district as soon as I'm finished my chips, which is a priority. Not necessarily something that I agree with, but it's obviously one of the top things that you really should see to appreciate how different the culture is here. So I'm going to check it out, see what it's like, and then head up for the train back to the ship. Okay, so I've, I guess, taken a seat around the corner. it definitely isn't worth having your phone even in your hand round there, because there's signs everywhere that say like, oh, no filming, no photos, fines, and goodness knows what else. But yeah, bit of a weird one. Like, I appreciate why people say it's kind of beneficial to go and see that, but yeah, bit of a weird one. I don't know, I feel a bit strange about it. I think it's one that, it's probably one of those moments, you know, when you just, it puts everything into perspective and you think, actually, I would consider us quite lucky that we live in a culture where that kind of thing isn't. I mean, it's not even present. It's like so visible to the point when it's literally shop windows full of people. Yeah, I didn't expect, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that, and I didn't expect it to be kind of so like in your face and so maybe normal is the right word. I didn't expect it to be so normal. But hey, plan for me now. I'm gonna probably find somewhere now to just grab a drink and then think about heading back to the ship. So it's, what is it, 9 o'clock now? So it's probably about time to start heading back. The train will be about 45 minutes from here, so that'll get me back for sort of 10, 11 o'clock if I can go and grab a drink first. But yeah, I will speak to you on the way back to the ship. So that's the the train, I was going to say the ship, that's the train back in Rotterdam now. So there was me thinking I wouldn't be out that late today, but it's now midnight, which, yeah, is unheard of for me. I'm usually knackered and asleep by this point. But anyway, so from here it's a 40-minute walk back to the ship. So I think I probably will just walk down. I mean, depending on the taxi situation, there probably should be a decent bit of life outside here at this time of night. So yeah, I'll play that one by ear. But yeah, from now, I'll see you back on the ship. But I don't think there's going to be a great deal to talk to you about or to show you on there, because I reckon, well, I don't know, I reckon things will probably be pretty quiet because of the fact we're docked overnight. So I think people will probably have went out tonight. But it was also meant to be, hang on till I get on the escalator and don't fall down or get trapped in it. It was also formal night tonight, so I think they were pushing ahead with that, which might mean that people might still be up. So yeah, maybe I have time to squeeze in one drink when we get back to the ship. Okay, so I'm now back in the room, and genuinely all that I can say about today is just what a day. That started as a morning where I, to be honest, wasn't really sure whether I would actually want to get off the ship or not, into an afternoon which basically was just wandering around a city with no real agenda. And I actually completely forgot how much I used to love doing that, where you could just jump on a plane or jump on a ship, get off somewhere you've never seen before, and just wander about and just explore. So it feels like the first time in ages that I've done that today, and it was so good. And I, to be honest, am now weirdly chilled out, considering this is a 3-night cruise. I feel as though after that today, genuinely I feel like I've been away for about a week. That was great. So the time now is just gone 2 a.m, which I got slightly sidetracked, didn't realise it was so late. got slightly sidetracked on the way back to the room because when I got on the ship I found out that the buffet was open, which, I mean, it's just unnecessary, but I have just been and I have just had a meal, literally a meal, that I definitely didn't need to have, but you're on holiday, why don't you just have it anyway? So I have just had sweet potato fries, and a curry at, what, 1:30 in the morning, so definitely not required, but yeah, I'll probably regret that. But yeah, so I'm now, to be honest, ready to turn in. The plan for tomorrow is that I'm going to try and get up early. So the main dining room opens for breakfast at 8, and I haven't actually done that yet because this morning I had that stupidly long lie that I told you about earlier. So I'm going to try and be there for 8 o'clock. Hopefully get Eggs Benedict. That's something that, believe it or not, I've only just recently discovered Eggs Benedict, and I'm now, like, weirdly addicted to it. So hopefully I can get that tomorrow. And after that, I'm going to head out and do a little bit of Rotterdam. So we leave here at lunchtime. So I think all aboard is 11:30, I think, tomorrow. So my only plan for when I get off here tomorrow morning is that I have to go to the food market, which I can't remember the name of, but quite a few of you have messaged me on Instagram. So Victoria, if you're watching this, thank you, you're included. But quite a few of you have messaged and said if there's one thing you do, you have to go to the market. So number one, looking forward to actually showing you what it looks like through the week. And number two, it better be good because I'm getting I'm getting in my bed much earlier than I would like. So yeah, hopefully I can get some snacks and bring them back on for the room tomorrow night. That'd be good. But yeah, look, for now, I think all that's left for me to say is just thank you. Thanks for watching this video, and thank you just generally for supporting the channel. It really does help to bring you more content from more ships, the more people that subscribe. So look, if you're one of them, thank you very much. But look, for now, I guess, good night, and I will see you, I'll see you in a few hours. I'll literally see you in 5 or 6 hours, but for now, good night. Bye.